have positive experiences. So in this environment, the members should be empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, and ultimately they should have more self-confidence in them, and they should grow with it personally, and also wherever they go with these skills, they should be able to accomplish great things. It is not sufficient that we accomplish our mission. What is even more important is how we accomplish our mission. We have to have a certain core values. So come what may, we should not compromise any of these core values. What we achieve is of no value if we compromise on these core values. And the core values that we have, that we must adhere to, is integrity, service, respect, and excellence. So what we want to achieve and how we want to achieve, both have to be followed in order to accomplish our mission. We may have heard of so many types of leaderships, but there are mainly people who have done the high performance leadership may know that there are 6 dimensions of leadership, and the combinations of these dimensions of leadership define the various leadership styles. Now, can I have the poll number 4, please?
Predominant leadership style, visionary, directive, persuasive.
Yeah, I can see already the majority of the people who are present here, who are now presidents, who are going to lead the next term, are belonging to the supportive category. It's very good. It's very well aligned with the mission that we want to have. We have to provide a supportive and positive experience to the members. So, but also this gives ample opportunities for us to assess our leadership dimensions and see how various situations that arise would ask us to adjust our dimensions of the leadership. So this, I would request all of you to map your leadership chart right at the start and also at the end of the term, and to see how you have developed yourself, how you have become adaptable to the situations and negotiated the whole term in a very successful manner. There is no particular leadership that is the most essential one or the most successful one. It is the adaptability to the various situations that defines success. Now, we talked about the mission, we talked about the core values, and it's very important that we have to lead by example. You know, when you become the president, and now you have become presidents, you all got into a fishbowl. You can see the fishbowl. Means you have become the center of attraction. So every word you utter, why utter? Even whisper is heard. Every movement, why movement? Even gestures are watched. And every action is critically analyzed. So that means you have to exercise extreme care. You have to be aware of yourself extremely so that you don't compromise on the core values in order to achieve your mission. So we always maintain our values and then accomplish our mission. Because the moment we overstep it, we are being watched. People are watching us. very, very, very closely. So that is why it is essential that we lead by examples. Whatever we preach, then we have to show that we follow that. This morning, we also heard about the moments of truth. And that's what I mentioned here. That's what we have to have as a leader: SWOT analysis, the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats analysis for the leader as president, and also for the club. And what, because unless we know what is where we are and what is our level at the current stage, we will not know where we have to be. What is the practical level that we can raise that? So it is important that we know where we are, and then we also fix where we want to be. I would recommend the club leadership program, the manual, which is item 1310, and also the club constitution and bylaws, to be read by you all right today, right at this moment. You have to start reading these manuals. So as president, you have wonderful opportunity to develop yourself. What I mean by developing yourself. So when I just sat for 10 minutes and then started writing the qualities that came to my mind of highly successful leaders. So I could write about 38, and this list is not exhaustive. And in fact, you can see that one of the things which is very essential is also missing in this. That is the commitment, and you are all committed. So it is this particular position and this particular experience that you're going to have will improve on each of these qualities. You are going to have ample opportunities to improve on each of these qualities. So instead of going through all of them, I would ask you to remember this acronym, DMCARC, that is, try to delegate, and also after delegating, monitor, and when they have difficulties, coach them. And once, if we do this, definitely we will achieve. Once we achieve, recognize, and then celebrate. So DMC, ARC is something that we cannot forget. So when we come to president's responsibilities, the first thing that I would recommend is to create a vision. We need to know where we want to lead the club to. Once again, I will quote PQD this morning was saying that we need to have a quality in addition to achieving the DCP program. So we need to have a vision. We need to create a vision. And it's not sufficient that we just create a vision of our club success and then keep quiet. And we need to communicate. We need to communicate first to the team that we have, the executive committee. Instead of creating a vision on your own as presidents, you can also involve your executive committee, your fellow officers, in creating a vision of club success. So this is in addition to the success that is already outlined for you, achieving the DCP goals. In addition to that, how we can qualitatively enhance the club activities and the personal growth is what that we have to focus on. This is categorized into 3 divisions. One, how the division, how we should address the leading of the executive committee, and then at the club meeting, how we are managing the affairs, and also beyond the club, what you want to participate in. I think there is a poll there. Can I have poll number 5, please? Yeah, once again, the majority of the people, more than 50%, you are saying that when we achieve 10 out of 10 DCP goals, we are highly successful. And about half, or rather 28%, are saying that when we achieve the President's Distinguished Club, we are successful. So as I outlined before, I would say that we should target to go beyond this DCP goals in order to enhance the quality. Now we talked about the quality, so we have to feature quality programs. First of all, we must know what is quality. Can somebody define quality?
Quality is fit for use, or fit for, yes, it's fit for use.
Fit for use, thank you. So the moment something is fit for use, fit for the purpose, it is quality. Now I would say, to go one step beyond, quality is meeting your expectations. You set your expectations, and if you meet that expectations, you have achieved quality. There's no such thing like high quality, low quality. If you fall short of your expectations, your quality is not good enough. So if you exceed the quality, you can say you exceeded the quality and it is highly successful. That is why we said we have to create a vision of success. It's very important to have a clear vision where you want to take the club to. And once that is fixed, then we can, then the expectations are drawn and these expectations are communicated to our fellow officers, and then it is translated into action. So in order to achieve the quality, the expectations are centered around the following, the manual speeches. We should have in every meeting, at least, according to me, 3 manual speeches, because each manual speech is specially crafted to hone a particular quality in you. And once you learn that particular aspect of the manual speech, then the quality of the person automatically improves and he grows with it. And also the guests who come there, they will be impressed with the way the speeches are delivered, when it's delivered according to the manual speeches. The second aspect will be to have the evaluations very, very effectively. It should not be a whitewash, and at the same time, it should not be something which is crippling the growth of the persons, but it should be very effective so that they are motivated, and at the same time, they also get enough suggestions for improving themselves. With every meeting, we should make sure also that it is a president's job that every participant, every member present in the meeting is having some role there, or is at least making a remark and is participating in the meeting. I was watching a serial, Mr. Iglesias. I don't know, some of you may have already seen that. So one of the episodes, Mr. Iglesias is a teacher. So he got into the problem by saying to the principal that so-and-so is my favorite student. So that is where I also learned this particular word is not an easy, I mean, we should not have a favorite person. When you are the president, everybody is equal. You should give fair chances to everybody, and there should not be no one should be singled out as your favorite member. Another thing that is important is that we should maintain the membership at charter level. Why this is there is that unless we have this 20 members, the meetings will not be interesting. We can have many hats, but in order to achieve the quality, in order to make it impressive for others also to join our movement and also to experience the positive experiences and to grow, we need to put up a good show. And This is not possible unless we have the strength. So we should always try to maintain 20 members. As presidents, it's very important that you exude enormous amount of enthusiasm and tremendous amount of energy, because you know this energy and enthusiasm is very, very contagious. And the moment you exhibit this, and every one of your club members will reciprocate with the same amount of or even more energy and enthusiasm. And this is the driving force for the club success. So we have a minimum level of success that is already defined, and we should always aim for greater success. And in the place that I work, the goal setting is such that we are told that we always have to set the goal so high that we cannot achieve it until we grow into a person who can. So that is the level of goal setting that we should adopt. As we already mentioned, we should always, as presidents, we have the vision, or we may have formulated it along with the members of the executive committee, but then it also should be communicated to members as well. We should get the buy-in for our vision. Unless we get the buy-in, it will not be a successful one. With regard to the base camp management, it is also of late, it's all the pathways program, and then there is a base camp in which you will have to record, because whatever success that we achieve, unless it is recorded, it is not recognized as a success by Toastmasters International. So we need to manage this base camp as well. The picture that we see on the right is, I've replaced all the pictures which are with unknown faces to pictures with known faces. And obviously, I am there getting the President's Distinguished Ribbon from Madam Toastmaster, the then Division Governor, Geeta Rani Punichami. So when I was the president, just wanted to highlight that I had my own vision statement. This was 15 years back. I had my own vision statement. I had my own key performance areas and key performance indices. And this is the chance that we have to experiment with our ideas. We have to experiment with all the avenues for growth as far as ourselves is concerned. Because there's nothing that we are going to lose. We can try out new avenues and see how far that works for us. I would also highly recommend that you follow something like this. And when it comes to executive committee, as I said, you have to buy in the executive committee for your vision, and then the committee, with the help of the committee, once we know what we want to achieve and how we want to achieve, then we can always create a club budget for it. And this morning, we also heard about this club success plan. So we have to have a plan in front of us. Unless we plan, nothing works. If you do not plan, then the only thing that will certainly happen is the failure. We had this watermelon story also. It's a wonderful example that unless we plan and work for it, nothing moves. And it is not sufficient that we plan and keep quiet also. This morning also, somebody was saying that we have to also monitor and adjust our plan. This is what happens. We all know that every pilot is given a flight plan before the start of the flight. And that is drawn by experts with all these weather conditions and the flight path, and everything is given to him. But then when he starts the flight, when he flies, he has to make adjustments. And if it fails to make it, then he has to face serious consequences, putting all these people in danger. So the adjustments during the journey is very, very essential. So then we strategize for success in the Distinguished Club programs. That is already done in the club success plan. So you identify people, how you want to achieve your DCP goals. Create and oversee other club committees. We also need to create other committees, and this is also giving them some leadership chances. So there could be subcommittees with every executive committee officer. Also, there could be, there are other committees like audit committee. As president, you will have to appoint an audit committee, then you will have to appoint a nominating committee. So with every committee, you are also giving room for others to grow in the leadership. As presidents, you oversee the affairs of the executive committee and make sure that they complete their duties as well. You can see in the picture, this was when I was the president, and I'm very proud to say that my committee officers, they have all achieved great heights. You can see past district governor Mohammed Salim, and division governor, I think is Rosaline, and there are the area governors. So it's a proud moment when people who are with you, when they reach much greater heights. It's indeed a proud moment and great joy for the leader. And in the club meeting, but just before the club meeting, so we need to review, even though VP Education has got the burden of programming the meeting, it's also the president's responsibility to oversee and review whether the vision is being adhered to, that whether in alignment of the vision, the program is tailored. The manual speeches, we talked about the effective evaluations and any special recognitions are there to be recognized. And induction session is, are there any new members whom to be inducted? In addition to that, then there's a business session. Here, what I would like to specifically request all of you is to follow religiously the parliamentary procedures, because this is the only chance where we can, of course, we can afford to make mistakes. There's nothing wrong with that. But at least we can, we come to know, we practice the parliamentary, and then, you know, the way the parliamentary procedure is structured is very democratic, in the sense the minority is also heard. We are not shutting out the minority. We are hearing the minority, and then we are in a position to take a decision. And in a very orderly fashion. That's the key. The order is maintained throughout the discussions, deliberations, and debate. And then we also review the meeting agenda and make necessary adjustments based on the changes, last-minute changes. And during the club meetings, the president calls the meeting to order. You know, I've given you a symbol of the gavel there, and gavel is not something to be taken very light of. You know, the gavel is a sign of authority, and you know, it's a symbol of leadership, and you should use it very wisely and very diligently. And this is something that gives you the power to keep the order in the Toastmasters meeting. The president also introduces a guest, and while doing so, it's not to embarrass people who have joined, who have come for the very first time. If they are feeling somewhat delicate, the president could ask the member who has invited this guest. Presidential address is very important. This is where the president sets the tone. He sets the tone for the entire meeting. He sets the tempo, and the presidential address has to be very, very carefully crafted, and I would expect an attitude of gratitude to our founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smelly, in every address. And when I was there, this should carry the key message of your vision. So in all the meetings, it should address your vision also. So you have to assume that you are the pilot of the ship, and you have to take the people with you. And with every meeting, repeatedly, your vision has to be vision has to be communicated. And because there are various facets with which you have drawn your club vision of club success, and that should be addressed here as well. And you could brief the meetings events, conduct the business session. As I said, in a parliamentary way. Introduce the MC. Again, introducing the MC is also very, very keen thing to do. I mean, very important. It's significant because you have to boost his morale so that he continues the tempo that you have started. The momentum has to be carried on by the MC. And as we already said, we have to make sure that everyone speaks, and we have to show a great deal of enthusiasm, energy, and professional. The professional image of the meeting is something that will enhance the club quality. And then we also talk about the announcements on the next meeting. And remember to adjourn the meeting, because until the meeting is adjourned, the decorum has to be maintained. Only after the adjourning of the meeting, the social talks can take place. Beyond the club meeting, as I said, it's a position of privilege. So as presidents, you get to vote in the area council meeting, district council meeting, and also in the international business meeting. So either you can vote, or make sure that for area council meeting and district council meetings, you can take the proxies if others are not able to attend. And for the international annual business meeting, you need to, if you're not able to attend, you need to give it in the proper format to someone who's attending. We also said the president has to appoint the audit committee in the club's accounts have to be audited, and the nominating committee prepares the next team of leaders. You are also acting as a liaison between the Toastmasters International and to the club members. So there will be official correspondence from the world headquarters, and we can also schedule and chair executive committee meetings. When I was there, I was holding one meeting every month, and it's required because monitoring is equally important. So in addition to planning, monitoring is required, because that is when you do the course correction, you do the remedial actions. Develop and improve the club leadership. So here the coaching comes into the play. When the fellow officers, if they do need help, then we have to coach them and have to develop them. And also we have so many events in which their leadership qualities can be honed. In addition to this, we, as presidents, we also have to oversee the club administration affairs. So as part of monitoring, we also have to see that the members achieve their personal growth, because everybody at the end of the day will always keep asking, what's in it for me? And if I'm not achieving what I want, and contributing to the team becomes somewhat difficult. So as long as their personal growth is aligned and it is achieved in line with the vision and mission of the club, it's much more easier. Also, as presidents, you can interact effectively with other organizations for having various activities. Now, I think, can we have poll number 6, please? Yeah, here I see majority of the people, majority of you have said that by June 30th, your term comes to an end, and that's where your president's responsibility gets finished. No, it's not that. Until you execute this installation ceremony of the installation of the new committee, your responsibility continues. So only when the new committee is installed, then your responsibility, your discharge of your duties, because that is when you're also said that you're discharge of your duties. Until such time, you're still in charge, even though the other person is also coming. So let's have some case studies, and we need some volunteers. You have noticed in 2 consecutive meetings that a member of your club did not switch on a video except for her assigned performance and dropped off and rejoined at will. Generally, she seems to have a keen interest in her personal growth and accepts assignments from the VP Education. How would you, as president, deal with this situation? Is there any?
Okay, this is for Farooq from ABC and BAT. What I would advise is the VP Education to actually have a discussion with the member to try to convince them that it's not only the self-learning, but the learning that they can contribute to other members by being present all the time. You know, we come to the club not only to deliver our speeches, but also to learn from other people's performances.
Thank you. Is there any other strategy that could be adopted?
This is Gopidas
This is
from
Prabhakar. This is Prabhakar from Mecca UA Toastmasters Club. So what I would suggest is we need to communicate to the members that communication is not just about what we say. We have to listen also. So even listening skills also matters. So for that, you have to take various roles, and you need to observe the proceedings, learn from others, and accordingly you can develop your skills. So that way, attending the entire session is very important. This is what we have to communicate to the members, not only the particular member, but we can say that as in your either in your president's address in the beginning or the end of the meeting, you can communicate these things. Thank you.
Can I share? Noreen?
Yes, please.
Yes, I'm Noreen from Bahrain Toastmasters. Probably there will be a reason for the member who was disconnected. It might be an internet issue. So just to show the same interest that the member has as well, we can have a call to the member after the meeting, just asking about the reason, what was the reason exactly for being disconnected. This also shows our interest in the member as well, and she will recognize that she's an important person in the member. So when she feels that she's an important person, probably next time she'll make more sure about the connection to be there available as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noreen. I would.
Good evening,
I would,
Kasinath, sir. I would like to reflect here my viewpoint. We need to first understand members' point of view. Member is a paramount in Toastmasters International. We believe that need analysis to be done for each member. Each person is unique. And we mentioned here the gender she. We need to understand the cultural background as well. You know, and in this, I see a lot of positive signs, except her video. In my opinion, I believe that we need to sit one-to-one and have a talk and come to a common understanding to each other that what are the benefits of virtual meetings and If we can advise hybrid meetings, perhaps she will go for it. Thank you, and back to you.
Can I say something, dear? Just briefly, this is Khalil Aradi from Bahrain Educators. I'm a little bit different. I would do, as a president, I would do nothing. Just talk to her, accept the fact whenever she feels comfortable about showing her, she is at most welcome. Actually, if we overdo something and say, no, you have to show us your face in order to talk, this might be pressure. Many Toastmasters, if they feel comfortable or they just feel that, yeah, it's time, when they get used to it, she will automatically, by herself, without any force. Actually, I find sitting and talking about it makes the situation worse. That's what I think. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think all of you see there is no. I think we have more case studies. So I think I'll proceed to the next case study after just wrapping up this. The key thing is there's no such thing as the right thing or wrong thing. Depending on the situation, depending on the particular person, because this doesn't give you the full picture. But even though it says that person is really interested in a personal growth, but then she's reluctant to switch on her video. But probably we will approach and find the reason behind it, talk to her in a very, very cordial manner, and then and also a reminder of the obligation, because every member is obliged to do behave in a certain manner. There is a code of conduct, and if that is not followed, it sets a very bad precedent for others. So just remind very politely and of the obligations, and if there is something really disturbing her, then we should also see that aspect is addressed as well. So so anyway, thank you all for your
And in
participation.
generally in Toastmasters, we don't force members. Thank you.
Yeah, it is all done at their own, but we can always remind the person, the member, of the obligations that we have initially taken pledge. You know? So what's this?
I think Hisham has raised his hand. DTM Hisham Jeffrey.
DTM Kasinathan, if I may share. Thank you, DTM Ram. It always helps if you can remember the induction of that particular member. One thing I always try to remember is those 2-minute speeches that the member gives the minute after they are inducted. Because I believe that's the truest reflection of the member's actual motives. Because as soon as you're inducted, you give a 2-minute speech saying, this is my objective, this is what I want to do. And in that emotion, the true motive of the member is well displayed. So if the club leadership remembers, it has a video, can recall what the member said, you can use that as a hook to convince the member, look here, this is what you said. And in order to achieve this objective, it would be nice if you would participate more actively. It tends to work. Thank you. Back to you.
I think we lost our presenter. He disconnected. Anyone else wants to speak? Meanwhile, until he comes back.
We recommend to utilize the opportunity. New members of President-elect, please come forward. Now you're a complete president. You're a CEO. Let's enjoy. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
This is I'm president of the new club, maybe the newest one in Bahrain, Medical Fraternity Toastmasters Club. We just started our club in March 2021 and just finished 4 months, finished just 6 meetings so far. And we have a long way to go and many things to learn from all leaders like you. Hope you support us in our journey. Thank you all.
You're not the newest club, by the way, Dr. Asha, anymore.
Why? There's one more after us?
Oh, yeah, few more.
One, Khalid, you don't have one or two. You have many.
Khalid.
So don't take the credit as new club, Dr. Asha.
Khalid is
Just-
busy producing more babies.
I think you should have been a gynecologist.
Who's yeah. No, I'm the ultrasound. I will tell whether it's boy or girl, or it's going to be a Toastmaster.
Yeah, now they say the delivery direct Toastmasters only.
We have
Yes.
our trainer is back, I think. DTM
Yes.
Kajinathan, are you back?
Sorry,
Yeah, we
sorry
can see
for
case
the
study one.
interruption. I got disconnected. Okay, let's proceed to the case number 2. It's about the deadbeat officer. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. VP brings to your attention. Sorry. Deadbeat officer. You have been the president for 3 months. One of your officers on the executive committee, the treasurer, has not attended 2 of the 3 ExCom meetings and has missed half of the club meetings. You haven't received the treasurer's report, so you do not know of the club's finances, and the treasurer doesn't respond to your WhatsApp messages and calls. What would you do?
Mr. Trainer, can I answer?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for asking about the important aspect, the money holding person is missing, how I will manage the club. Very important. My treasurer is not responding me. Now my action is for him, I have to support him because some reason is there, even though he is not answering my call. Then especially for treasurer, we always keep watching what are all the accounts and others he does and manage. But he is not answering my call. Here I will be more serious how I can approach him first. Because any step to go further, first I should initiate, reignite the communication. How I can approach her? I have the many ways of reaching him. Today we have WhatsApp, email, and the neighbor and whatever it is. But the next nothing happens, I will be on his door. Whether he is in Bahrain or Kuwait, where he is. Still, he doesn't respond. I will find all the ways first to start communicate to understand the reason. Then only I will think what is the next one for it. I'm sure the treasurer, as part of the Toastmasters, he will maintain all the necessity of the club and he will come back with the normal by saying his problem. Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Govidas. Yeah, we need to take some action here, isn't it? So we can't let this thing go on like this. So we need to talk it out, find out what is the reason. And if there is a genuine reason that the treasurer is not able to contribute further, there could be so many other reasons. So if that is the case, then probably we need to politely tell them that the club has to move on. We have to achieve our mission. And so what should we do? Together, with the consent of the treasurer, we have to take some action. This is a difficult one. But nevertheless, we can't let it progress, roll on like this. But as president, we are also obliged to take some action.
Yeah, DTM Kastalathan, just a point here. I think this is incident and some of the other incidents really highlights the point that you initially said, that it's recommended that every officer have a subcommittee to assist them. So you have a backup for everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's wonderful, yes. Yeah, but again, with the consent of the treasurer who's abstaining himself. So with the, we have to talk it to the treasurer and then say, okay, you have some issues, so you can sort out your issues. Meanwhile, your subcommittee member is going to take charge and act on your behalf. Thank you very much. Please.
Yes, I have been a president a few years back, and I had the same problem, but this time was the VBE. And as you know how important is the VBE is for a club mission and for club achievement. So I believe that, of course, we go through a lot of solutions in order to solve this problem. One of them was by me talking to him, then the area director talking to him or her. And finally, we reached the solution that we have to make a decision for him to leave because, yes, as we said, there is a committee to help him, yeah, but this is not the role for the committee. He should take his mission, then people would learn from him. But how can I assign someone, or there is someone who's elected for this role? Then I bring the subcommittee to take the work or make his work done. I believe this is not practical. He should take his responsibility as well as he said, I am for it. Otherwise, he should stand down. Thank you.
I agree with Siham. Good, DTM Siham.
Thank you. So we probably have to talk to the person and find the reasons and see if we can continue. If we cannot, then probably we have to request him to resign from this position. Because, you know, as a team, we are committed to certain things, and we have to progress our journey towards that. And if somebody is not able to cope up with this for some reason or other, then if there is a fallback available, then we should take that route and tell him that you know, perhaps you resign and then let someone else take care of it. But the thing is, the point that I'm trying to highlight is, yeah, we all have this kind of situations that will arise because it's very common. And there are genuine reasons why people are behaving like that. We cannot say nobody is deliberate in doing certain things like this. But whenever the conflict, such conflict arises, we have to address that. We cannot let it roll on like this. If it let it roll on like this, it doesn't benefit even the person nor the club. So we have to address this in time. Let's move on to the next one. Continued absence. Here, the VP Education brings to your attention that a member has not been attending the last 12 meetings without any notification of his long absenteeism. This is about a member. VP Education is upset with his long absence as it sets a bad example for other members. He strongly recommends that the club should not have Toastmasters just for the sake of numbers, uninterested in progressing their self-growth. His membership renewal should not be accepted for the next term. VP membership argues that they are unaware of the situation of the member, and if he pays the renewal fees, they should renew his membership for the next term. How would you, as president, deal with this situation?
Hi, my name is Balamurugan, president of Muttamil Toastmasters. Yes, excellent case study, which is definitely required. As a club, most of the clubs, we are struggling for the members. It is not easy to get the members. So VP membership is right on his role. Definitely he will say, to get a member, it's not easy. We cannot just let them go. In the meantime, VP Education also right. He is saying, of course, our goal is entirely different. We have getting the members for their self-growth, and they have to help others also. If that goal is not happening, what is the purpose of having a member? So there only it comes, as always we are talking, trying to reach the member, motivate them, try to find the reason, make the member understand the purpose we brought them inside, and we can always encourage them to come into the meeting and give them some roles which they can accept happily. If it's making them involved as much as possible, definitely we can bring them in to the meeting. That can be done. We cannot put that role only into the VP education. As a team or as executive committee, we all can take the responsibility and we can connect to that member and we can surely bring them back with the motivation. That's what I feel and I will do as a president. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Can I participate?
Yeah, please.
I'm Layla Al-Aradi, the president of Sanab's Toastmasters Club. And when I watched this case study, I know that in this situation, especially this time, we are struggling with getting members and keep them coming to our meetings. So what I'm thinking about is it seems like the team is not working well. I mean, the XCOM meeting team, because this is their responsibility. It's like the VPE should have a plan for this member. So when he had that plan, he will not be in this trouble. This is one. The other thing for the VPM, if he's really connecting with all the members and trying to find out how are they and if they have any problems, if they are trying to provide support as friends from the Toastmasters, they will not get to this point. But if we say, okay, we reached to this point, we need now to think about how we can get this person back if we can. So whenever the people feels that you are taking care of them and you are really caring about their present and you show them how much you can get from them, they will try their best to be with you. So I think we need to collaborate all together in the XCOM so we can all keep the members coming, and that will build the strong community within the club. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster. Because if somebody is going to be abstaining from meetings, 12 meetings is quite a long period. So there is a provision in the Toastmasters that a member can become an inactive member, because we can talk to them if there is some genuine reason why he's abstaining from meetings, then he can become an inactive member and he can join and become active at any moment. There is no problem with that. But this is not demoralizing people who are attending regularly, because and also we need to have sufficient number in order to put up a good program. So it is possible, and this will also send a message to others, that meeting attendance is a must. It cannot be compromised, and we have, because when there is a will, there is always a way. We are all having only 24 hours a day, and it depends where our priority is set. It definitely, once the priority is set, twice a month we have to attend this meeting. So then we will definitely find this 2 hours to attend the meeting. Maybe for other activities you may not be participating in it, but at least this meetings and the projects we will be able to do that. So that is in line with the personal growth that you wanted to have. So
Hello.
Sorry, I think sorry.
Hi, this is Khadija bin Rajab, Al-Asima Toastmaster Club president. This is my first time to be a president, but as a president, it's my role also to follow on my XCOM. If I can't keep track of the members who's attending and not attending, I know it's the VPE and the VPM job to do that. But as a president, it's my job also to follow on them. So I will ask for their report about the attendance and these things. If I notice that it has been 12, why did the club president let it reach to 12? So as a president, I will be tracking my members. I will be also following with the XCOM, and before they reach the half of that, or maybe quarter of that amount, I will be reaching for the person and asking about their reasons why they are not attending. Not just leave it till it reaches a huge number. Thank you.
Yeah, that's correct. So we have to take action the moment we notice. We don't want to drift it, let it go on till 12 meetings. If we can take action, then we should be able to take action. Because unless we take some corrective actions, we don't expect the situation to improve.
Sir, we cannot see the bottom line of your slide presentation for the case study 4. Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, one of your members is extremely upset with the choice of the member for the Outstanding Toastmaster of the Year award for the term that just ended. He blatantly accuses the past president of nepotism. How would you deal with this? He says you have not selected the right candidate as an outstanding Toastmaster. You have favored somebody and chosen somebody known to you or somebody who has helped you in some respect or other. How would you deal with this?
May I answer this?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Again.
This is DTM Muna Al-Uqab, Voice of Islam President. Actually, I raised my hand because I want to just check about something regarding the previous case, but I can also comment on this case. Previously, I want to check what about the frozen members? We have some members that they will pay their fees for TI, but they cannot attend for period of time. For some, they have also reasons. Either they are away from the country or they have some issues that they cannot attend. And they will inform the membership. I believe in this case, the person who already 12 months, 12 meeting he didn't attend, maybe we can deal with him as he is a frozen member to satisfy also the BPE. Now, regarding this case, I would say integrity. Integrity always there. When we have integrity and the core values, then no issue, nothing will happen as bringing as a Toastmaster of the Year in this.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Mona. But you have the integrity and you have selected the right candidate. Not you in particular. You probably along with your ex-com.
You mean, but the member, he felt that there is no integrity.
But the person who is on the other end, he accuses that it is not done in a fair.
I believe that we have to follow criteria here, and will be very clearly and to show him why we choose this member to be the Toastmaster of the Year, because I believe that there is a criteria in the Toastmaster TI that we have to follow, and there is also points to be counted.
Yeah.
And by this we can choose the Toastmaster of the Year.
Thank you very much. You hit the nail on the head. So this is what we have to talk to them and tell them that we are not randomly selecting somebody like this. There is a criteria and by which we select, and this according to the criteria, he has scored enough to be selected as outstanding Toastmaster. So it is not a subjective thing. It is very, very objective, and we are following a procedure. And there's nothing that there is no justification of saying there's nepotism in this case. So we have to take him on board and convince him of this procedure that we have adopted. Yes, please.
What probably you can do is you can also you can also appoint a separate awards committee. You can make a committee which will decide the criteria and decide on the winners.
Yeah,
It's not like a president is deciding. It is an independent body deciding.
There is a set of Toastmasters International has given you a set of criteria which have to be followed for the outstanding Toastmaster of the year. And should you feel as president or as you can always add to it, modify it with the consent. This has to be ratified by the club members in one of your business meetings. As long as that is done, then this is the criteria that you would follow in choosing the Toastmaster of the year. Because then once it is ratified, you cannot violate that. So you have to follow that procedure. So whosoever gets the higher score with regard to this, then he is declared as the Toastmaster of the year. So there is an objective way of doing things, and that has already been done for you. You need not necessarily follow it, because there could always be, because we are now in the era of online meetings and things like that. So we could modify it slightly without affecting the underlying the cardinal principles under which it is framed. If you carefully look at it, how it is selected, you will know what are the facets of Toastmaster membership that it is gone into this selection. That is very evident once you read the criteria. There is no time, so otherwise we can go into that sometime later. So the next case study that I've got here is again on the online meetings. A member who had been consistently dressed in suits to the physical meetings is now seen to have changed his behavior since the shift of meetings to Zoom online. He has been in casual, informal dress, though most Toastmasters still maintain their formal attires as in physical meetings. As an external general evaluator has also commented on this in one of the meetings, yet you have seen no change. What would you do?
DTM Kashinathan, from my point, it depends on the club's protocol. I have attended multiple clubs, and there are some clubs who are not formal. They are more casual. So if the club protocol is stressing on formality, then that has to be conveyed. But again, that has to be taken in point when considering the general evaluator comments. What is your club's protocol? That has been agreed upon with all the members. Thank you.
Absolutely. So because others are coming in suits, I would expect the normal dress code in that club is professional and formal dressing. So if it is because, yes, if he has changed because it is online meetings that I can be in casual dress, then that is something that needs to be addressed, isn't it? So once we have noted that, we have to speak to them. So if you want to maintain the decorum, then we need to address all these issues. So we cannot remain silent.
Respected trainer, I want to add some points here.
Yes, please.
See, everywhere lockdown is going on. A sincere person, maybe laundry is issue. We don't need to go for action. We have to talk to him. What is the personal issues? And anybody not wearing proper attires when the dress, especially, we have to watch their other behaviors, especially language, words. If everything is fine, totally all right, only the dress is the issue, definitely it is because of the environment and other issues. When we talk to them, it will be totally all right. We will be aligned when we support him. Okay? Yeah. Where I am giving laundry, I will tell him go there and give it from the back door. He will get it done. Thank you. Thank you so much. Back to.
Thank you. I recall one of the famous sayings of former IBM CEO, Louis Gessner. So he says that people do what you inspect and not what you expect. So whatever code that we have agreed on, unless we take notice of that and we address that issue, we talk to them, people are not going to change. The moment it is seen as okay, it is also okay, that means that you are not going to get back your professional setting again. So if that is okay with you, the club is okay with that, then there is no issue at all. I mean, if everybody wants to be like that, that's a different issue. That's what you agreed and that's what you want to do. But in general, because when you want to practice leadership, when you want, so the dress makes of a man. You know? So if you need to maintain a formal attire, it has to be formal. And I'm not so sure about the Arabic dress. If that is also in the we have accepted that as a formal dress, then that is considered formal dress. But
I would just like to add, excuse me, I would just like to add, since it is an external general evaluator who's commenting on it, the G is probably not aware of our club's attire. You know, like I'm from Leading Ladies in Kuwait, and we are pretty easygoing. We don't have any specific dress up that you need, as long as it is not indecent. It's fine, either you're formal or informal. So I think I would communicate that to the external general evaluator, that this is how our meetings are. We are not, we don't have an emphasis on being formal. So I think it depends on from club to club.
Absolutely. So if that is the way the club is expected to conduct its meeting, the general evaluator can be apprised of that situation, that, you know, this is not something abnormal for us. This is according to the code that we have agreed upon. Thank you. Now let's can we have a round of applause, please, for all these participants?
Can I have a virtual one too? Sure.
Good.
No picture for all the participants.
Yeah, very important.
No picture. We need documentation that we were there.
Yes, I agree.
Khalid Abdullah, what are you doing?
I'm just waiting for the presenter. Are you done, DTM Kajnathan?
No. I was just no. I was waiting for the round of applause, but I'm not able to hear that. Anyway,
okay.
Everyone is muted.
But I think you should take the picture now before more members leave. You know, we had so many members and half of them have left already.
Yes, better take it now.
People don't want to take the bonus, I suppose. So let's just continue.
We need a record. We are present. We are multitasking.
Kasinathan, you should have given some particular figure, you know, they could have been attracted to your bonus figure. That's the mistake.
Okay, so let me continue then. Just to get started, you already attended the district sponsored CORD program. That's the first step that you've taken, and also you may have received this club leadership manual. Please read through that. That's the first thing that you should read through, because it contains all the information for you to discharge duties.
By the way, inko camera vachindi.
Meet with the outgoing president and the exam, create and communicate your vision.
Overhead conversation is coming. Please mute. Please.
Free gift.
So as we've seen, that create and communicate your vision, meet with your current executive committee as well to understand the issues, and develop the club safety as a success plan and DCP, and also go beyond, align with district calendar. I forgot to perhaps mention that when we have our own vision, that it must be in perfect alignment with the TMA vision. And the TMA vision is to be the first choice provider of dynamic, high value, and experiential communication and leadership development. And the club mission, as we all know, we have seen that. And the district mission is we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. So it should be in line with that. As far as the president resources are concerned, apart from the first two that we already talked about, the Chairman 200 gives you a good insight into how to conduct meetings, how to lead the group. And DCP, CSP, we have seen. Parliamentary procedures in action, there is a manual available. And also there are districts will be conducting some workshops on that. Please do attend that. And when we formulate our vision, we can also see that from the Better Speaker series, Successful Club series, and the Leadership Excellence series, at least 2 or 3 workshops each club conduct during this term. And it could also be done in collaboration with other clubs conveniently. And there's also possibilities for youth leadership and the speech club program. And even if you're not doing a high performance or you've not done the high performance leadership, I would still recommend that you go through this manual, because it will help you a lot in developing yourself, especially developing the various dimensions of leadership, and adjust yourself and also assess and evaluate yourself how you're adapted to the situations. And there is another resource, how to conduct productive meetings. And Robert Rules of Order gives you in detail the parliamentary procedures. If you're interested in that, you can go through that as well. The last words: develop yourself, because this is the chance for you to develop yourself and get onto the helicopter. Why I say get onto the helicopter is having an amazing ability to hover at lower levels or drop down quickly at lower level and go with the people at the lower level and also go up. So this is the kind of vision that we should have. That means we allow the people, we empower the people, we delegate and empower them to do act. And whenever they have problems, we just lower ourselves down and then coach them and help them achieve their goals as well as the club goals. You know, presidents, I definitely would like to see all of you as presidents of distinguished clubs. I just wanted to mention here as a last word that there are 3 stages of leadership. And the first stage, you know, as soon as one becomes a president of the club, this is a position, you know, the status, the society gauges your status with this position. Yeah, you are the president. Yes, I am the president. Yeah, there's a little bit of ego that comes in, you know. This is the first stage. And as you move through that, you also see that in order to accomplish your mission, this does not help. You realize that, you know, okay, this is a position, but that position helps me to serve people. I have to serve people, I have to coach them, I have to mentor them, I have to give them enough resources, I have to point them in the right direction. Then I have to help them grow, I have to help them achieve the mission. And then you migrate to the third stage of leadership, which is the ultimate leadership. That is, you just don't be content with serving others, but you are very keen to transform others. This kind of transformation is the ultimate goal of leadership. So you are an effective and successful leader when you can achieve the transformation in the people under your charge. That is when the leadership is complete. And in the process, you will find a lot of temptations. And there is a good book, which is by Patrick Lencioni, which says the 5 temptations of a CEO. Please do read them. Otherwise, we can have a separate workshop later. So one of the temptations that I will give it to you as bonus here is, when there is a conflict between ego over mission, choose the mission, drop the ego, choose the mission, because we can never afford to lose sight of our goals. Always, I recall the cheetah. Cheetah, if you ever seen, even on the Discovery Channel, how it prays, it runs at extremely fast at 130 kilometers per hour with extreme elongation of its body, and contraction of its body. But it does not lose sight. Its eyes are focused on the prey, laser guided. It doesn't change. Totally locked onto the prey. And that is how we should also move. We will move with great speed. Yes, but at the same time, we should not lose sight of our mission. So please avoid the temptation whenever the ego takes over the mission. No, drop the ego, and I'm sure I will see you at the top. Before that, please evaluate my session. I know I thought of, because doing a lot of things with the technology. I listen to the hybrid meetings. And as presidents, I'm sure every one of you would grab this chance and demonstrate that this is possible in my club. It's a wonderful thing to get onto this hybrid meeting and demonstrate. And when there is a relaxation of the rules here, only 5 people can join together. Okay, 5 people can join together in one place, and the remaining one can join over the Zoom or other technology online. So it's wonderful. I would definitely take this forward and then demonstrate that we could have an hybrid meeting in our club. So there is. I wanted to do certain things. I wanted to give you applause, and now and then, whenever you participated in the polls, and I wanted to also doing the case study. I wanted to get the people together for discussions, and I could not do any of these because all these things require a lot of practice, a lot of which I didn't do, of course, and that shows when finally ends up in the presentation that. Whatever ideas I had, I could not demonstrate it. I could not put it to use. I definitely get onto the helicopter now, and I will see you at the top. And I take this opportunity to thank all the presidents, all the participants, and all my IT moderator, Toastmaster Ali Madan, because we have spent quite a deal of time beforehand, but more than half of it we could not achieve here. And I also apologize, I had some technical problems. I could not connect my AirPods. It was not pairing, it was all okay, and suddenly it was not pairing. And then I dropped out in the middle of the meeting as well. So nevertheless, all these things will happen and we will negotiate them successfully. And I wish you all the best, and I will see you at the top. Over to you, Mr. Moderator.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Team Kajnathan. Thank you so much, everyone. And maybe for those who wish,
let's close the meeting
to have,
first.
Maybe group photo, just a group photo. Everyone was like, they were hungry for group photo. So can we stop sharing and have a group photo with our presenter?
I agree. Can you stop sharing, Toastmaster Kasiltan?
Yeah.
Group photo would be nice.
Now, whoever wanted to take photos now is the time.
DTM Khalid Abdullah.
That's my name.
Do you suggest to have with mask or without mask? Group photo.
Never good at taking photos, but I'll take the photo.
Yalla Ali, yalla. Shoot.
Yeah, take the photo by keeping the video on. That's important. Mask and we can take later, no issue. Many people video is off. Yeah.
2.
Camera is off.
1. Come on, for those of you who have their videos off, now's the chance. to turn your videos on. 3, 2, 1. Again. One more. 3, 2, 1.
Done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, with
Thank
that,
you. Thank you for the nice session.
I adjourn the meeting, and
Thank you. Thank you.
can-
Bye.
Thank you.
you can stay behind to
Good luck.
chat if you'd like.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Excellent.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you
Good
all.
luck, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you
DTM
so much,
Kasim.
DTM
Thank you,
Nathan. It was
Khalid,
really
all the
rich.
organizers. Wonderful job. Well done.
Thank you very much.